When you think of New Zealand, what do you think about? Is it the gorgeous scenery from Lord of the Rings? Possibly the 9-to-1 ratio from sheep to human? Or the fact that back in 1990, New Zealand was the first country to have a national wizard? What you may not think about is a mystical people that have lived in New Zealand before humans arrived. And that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. My name is Enigma, and if you've been enjoying the content so far, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as that little bell to be notified when any new videos are coming out. Also, please join us on the social media right here, both Facebook, as well as I stream live on Twitch for video games. I hope to see you soon there. But today's video is on a mystical race of beings known as the Patupaiarehe, a fair-skinned race of beings that live in the dark forests and the misty mountains. So stay a while and listen. Living deep in the dark of the forests, and within the mists of the mountains, there lives a race of pale-skinned beings with fair and red hair known by various different names. They lived in New Zealand before humans ever arrived. According to many local legends, these people did not cook their food and they could not tolerate sunlight. Sometimes, on still, foggy evenings, the Patupaiarehe could be heard playing their flutes and singing their strange and haunting songs. The Patupaiarehe men were also known to lure people away from their homes, particularly attractive young women. They used the magical sounds of their flutes, but no harm would come to these women, and eventually they would be returned home. It was believed that cases of redheads and albinos among the Māori were a result of a union between the Patupaiarehe and the Māori. Unfortunately, Māori men suffered much more, often being mistreated, and in some cases, killed. Of course, if you didn't want to be abducted by the Patupaiarehe, there were several options available. Firstly, you could smear your house with kokowai. This was a mixture of iron oxide with shark oil. The smell was repugnant to them. Secondly, the use of cooking ovens or fire, as Patupaiarehe are very much afraid of fire and the smell of cooked food. Well, it was enough to scare them away. However, not all was bad between the Patupaiarehe and the Māori. Traditions tell us how the Māori gained knowledge of net-making, magical arts, and love charms. String and stick games were also said to have come from these supernatural beings. Even today, both locals and tourists have reported accounts of pale-skinned beings roaming the forests, the sounds of flutes playing an unrecognizable melody. Some reports speak of hikers hearing sounds and then appearing miles away from their camps, only being able to recall blurry visions and a haunting tune. So remember, the next time you're thinking about heading to New Zealand, make sure to cook the most fragrant food by your fire. And if you see anyone in the woods, it'll be best to ignore them. Happy camping. So there you have it. That is the story of the Patupaiarehe. A little strange that even today, people still are having encounters. So what do you think? Do they exist? Have you yourself experienced any of that visiting New Zealand? Please let us know in the comments below. So thank you again for joining me for this video today, and we'll see you next time.